Hi guys, welcome back to Dev Astrology. I've been waiting to complete the Saturn retrograde video as well because now all the major transits in terms of Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu have come into fruition. Jupiter is in Atichari movement, which means that he will be doing another transit into the sign of its exaltation of Cancer later in October, and we are going to discuss that a touch bit in this video as well. But the objective of this series is to give you guys an understanding now that from the second half of July all the way till end of December, what you should guys be anticipating with respect to your respective rising as well as moon signs. And it also gives you a comprehensive understanding because astrology works in conjunctions, in yogas, in patterns coming in together. So, whilst you guys understand that what each of these respective transits mean for you, but collectively, these four planets, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu, what sort of an impact they will be creating for the remaining 5.5 months for you. In this video, we are going to deep dive and give you that understanding. I would love for you to please share your comments, feedback, so that when I'm making my other videos, and I plan to do a couple of series following in the next few weeks, I can incorporate some of those questions and come up. I think one of the key questions that you've asked is around retrogression of planets, combustion of planets. Guys, that is on my radar. It is on something that I have to do. I will put together videos where we will deep dive into those areas as well. But without further ado, let's jump into this video to understand what next 5.5 months have in store for you. Now, Sagittarius, as you can see on your screen here, you have your Lagna Lord Jupiter, who's placed in the seventh house. He will come into its sign of exaltation in the eighth house for the second half of this reading. That is how we are going to bifurcate this, because for August, September, and mid of October, he is going to be here in the seventh, and then from October, mid, November, and December, he'll be in the sign of exaltation in your eighth. Ketu is placed in your ninth, Rahu is placed in your third, and Saturn is in a retrograded placement in your fourth house. Now, we've done individual readings for all of these planets, including Saturn in Pisces and Saturn retrograde motion as well. But in astrology, you guys understand that things work in combinations, they work in yogas, and that is why it is important for us to gain collective understanding as well. Of course, in our monthly readings, will include all these planets, but I wanted to give almost a half yearly view to you folks as to what exactly is happening during this period. So, Rahu's placement in the third and being trine to Jupiter is excellent in a way because Rahu, he is going to add to your confidence, to your courage, to your bravery, the ability to take risks. It brings strong, decisive communication capabilities in you, expressing your ideas in the right fashion. It will make you confident in terms of taking that risk, exploring new sports, exploring newer areas in terms of hobbies, any kind of new skills that you want to pick up. That is the best thing person can find with this placement of Rahu. But being trine to Jupiter in a way is a good thing because it keeps this Rahu check as well. Jupiter, though, is currently placed in Ardhara Nakshatra, he is going to be, he is, Ardhara Nakshatra is ruled by Rahu. It is the Nakshatra of Rudra, right? So, in a way, the balance is tilted towards Rahu. But as things progress, you will find that Jupiter being trine is adding a lot of value in terms of channelizing that heightened energy of yours in the right direction. And then your third lord as well as second lord Saturn is currently placed in the fourth house and he is getting retrograded. So there is going to be an additional amount of effort that is going to get induced in you. You are going to leave no stone unturned when it comes to addressing the obstacles, opportunities coming your way, guys. Both of these planets are trine to each other, which means third, seventh, and 11th. All these three trine houses get activated for you. So, not just your hard work, but your business partnerships, your formal partnership, your marriage, your relationships are going to see an expansion of sorts. This could bring in, a possibility of many of you embarking upon, new relationships, for forging new partnerships, starting new romantic relationship into a formal relationship structure as well. But for that, I will request you to please check on your natal dasha and to arrive at the right conclusion, because transit is not enough to give you the right direction. Now, Jupiter's presence in the seventh is also giving you a promise in terms of expansion of that particular house, which means people who are self employed, people who are running their own businesses, if you are running your own startup, there's a lot of positive hope, positive elements coming in from that degree as well. In fact, as we speak, I realize that Jupiter should be conjunct with Venus too. It is the sixth lord also having its presence in the seventh, and it's not that bad because it's like Venus's seventh house. But as I digress, my the astrologer mind keeps on thinking about all these planets in conjunction. But we will talk about that in the August reading. However, this presence is good, but both of these planets are giving a combined aspect to your 11th house, which is important. And this shows that there is not only going to be an enormous amount of efforts from your side, but even your partners will be working towards, in conjunction with you to help you achieve your goals, objectives, desires, whatever you have in mind. They will try and put their best foot forward to help you expand on your income. There is a possibility that you could start a new side hustle, or you could work with a partner in collaboration with someone outside of your day to day job to expand on additional sources of income too. So that's a positive bit that is coming in from that angle as well. And from there, actually, now I can't just help stop thinking about it. Venus happens to be the Lord there as well, and it is 9 places away into the seventh house. So not a bad situation to be in, guys. Now, Saturn's retrograde is crucial, but before we go there, I want to drive your attention towards Ketu, who is bang opposite to Rahu. Whilst Rahu and Jupiter are trying to each other, Ketu is very slyly giving an aspect to your Lagna or to your Rashi if you're watching it from a Sagittarius rising or Sagittarius moon sign perspective. He's giving an aspect to your third as well as to your fifth, and that is where it becomes absolutely crucial for you to understand that there could be some degree of alienation in you. There could be a withdrawal of sorts that might come into play, where you might not feel very excited about socializing, not being in the vicinity of others. You might want to reflect more on a religious and spiritual aspects of life. There is a lot of inwards thinking that could come into play. And then if you are in relationship, if you are in a romantic relationship, there could be certain emotional challenges, misunderstandings, confusions, which will also be heightened during this point of time. If you are planning for childbirth, if you are planning for conceiving, I would want you to be careful with respect to your health. Even be very cautious with respect to your partner's health as well during this point in time, because they could also be contacting challenges, unexpected challenges in their lives. Investments during this time, now I've been giving different predictions for everyone. For you guys, Sagis, making high risk investments may not be the best bet at this point in time. You chasing additional goals, ambitions, desires should be with your own effort, your own courage, your own hard work, resulting into that increased outcome. Now, of course, if you are in a stock trading job role, if you are into if you're a commodities trader, if you are an investor by profession, that becomes an altogether different ball game. But if that is something that you do on the side to materialize your savings and extract more outcome, which majority of the people do, if the breakups, I was watching this very interesting video about entrepreneurship, like roughly 75% of the people who make big money are entrepreneurs, 22% of them are investors, couple of percentages with different inheritance, I guess, and the rest of the 1% continue to earn on the higher side of things. That is the composition of big dogs, if I may say. So if you are not an entrepreneur, you're not an investor as such, and you are in the other brackets, but you want to play big, I would want you to not take humongous risks during this point in time. However, if it is, a part of your profession, it is a part of your lifestyle, and you understand it is innate to you, then you might continue to stick with the philosophies that you've been using for the past few weeks, months, or years, and it might give you the right outcomes. In fact, being creative on those angles might give you better results as well, but speculation might not pan out the way you desire. As I move further, I want to draw your attention to the fact that Saturn is sitting retrograded in your fourth house. There are going to be some degrees of emotional challenges, but they will subside once Jupiter comes into exaltation and gives an aspect back to this Saturn and back to this own house. Saturn is the lord of the second. So there will be some bit of confusion, some bit of disagreements that might come up within your family. There could be misalignment in terms of opinion. You might want to take traverse in a certain direction, but your family might not be in agreement to the same. So please be watchful with respect to your emotions on that front, because emotions will be on the rise for you. Yes, there is going to be a heightened energy in terms of your risk appetite. And this could also be another reason why there will be disagreements coming in with your near and dear ones. There is a chance that you will have to redo some of the things that you've done. There is a very high possibility that whatever efforts you put, you might have to re-put efforts in that direction. If you're a student watching this, you might have to re-give an examination. You might have to re-prepare for a particular subject during this course of time. If you're a person in a job, in a business, in your projects, in your day-to-day outlook, you might end up doing repetitive tasks at this point in time, even in the world of AI. And Dave is a big proponent of AI. Almost can't stop bringing AI into any of my conversations. But guys, it's still going to happen for you. There is going to be revisiting, especially in the month of August, because your seventh and 10th Lord Mercury is also retrograde, and I'll talk at length about that in our August reading. But you will realize that there is going to be, you travel somewhere, you're supposed to do a certain kind of activity, but you forget something, and you have to go all the way back and bring that material, that property or whatever is needed to execute it. So you see, that is one simple way of example of how things might pan out. You have everything for your project, but there are certain elements missing. There is a small glitch that comes in your submission, and you have to redo that activity because of a minor fault. So it may not be a bad idea for you to check, recheck, double check the things that you are doing at this point in time. There will also be situations where your siblings could need some degree, some level of support from you. There will be some challenges that they could be encountering, but fear not. It is not something major that causes difficulties, but your involvement in terms of physical effort, money, guidance, etc., could be needed. This is going to be a very crucial period all the way till November, folks, where you will have to take care of your health. You have to be extremely focused towards your fitness. Retrograded Saturn is going to, bring in certain degrees of obstacles, challenges. For people who have undertaken humongous loans, plan your money cleverly. Yes, your income is coming, but the way you are saving that and the way you are investing is also going to become extremely crucial during this point of time. Then as we move further, I also have called it out earlier as well in my Saturn video too, that you will have to be careful with respect to your relationship with your bosses. There could be duplicate amount of effort which either is expected from his side, or he might push down your throttle. So please be open to support, to work, rework, and it will pay off at a later point in time. There will be certain unexpected losses, unexpected expenses that might come your way. And that is why doing any kind of charitable activities may not at all be a bad idea. In fact, as I see Jupiter coming into its sign of exaltation in its 8th house, it will be giving an aspect to your 12th as well. So if you don't do it, it will eventually be as if almost forced occurrence in your life. But doing some kind of a charitable activity, doing some sort of a volunteering work is going to bring you into new connections. It is going to open the doors of new set of opportunities for you. And that is going to be fabulous, because through the course of the next 1 year in 2026 as well, Sagis, you will find that things will materialize for you. And I'm giving this donut advice for you for a longer run here. So it may almost act like a remedy for you, where you are engaging in some sort of volunteering activity, donation. If not, just go and get your health checkup done, proactive checkups done, rather than wasting that money addressing any kind of medical issues. Health is one of the key concerns that I have for you guys. Now, Jupiter in its sign of exaltation will also give an inkling towards you getting any kind of inheritance. Some sort of unexpected monetary gains might come your way. You might find any kind of house related transactions materialize. So people who are looking forward to sell off their property for gains, very unexpectedly, you might find that things are panning out in the right direction. So things might translate in the way you anticipate. So if you're rushing towards that, may not be a bad idea for you to just stall the deal and keep pushing them. I'm not saying kill your deals, but just stall them for a while, because the last quarter seems to be very optimal from that perspective as well. It is also going to be a period where Jupiter is going to be giving an aspect onto that Saturn, and Saturn will become direct. So, a lot of your efforts from the last week of November all the way till the end of the year will be resulting into unexpected positive outcomes for you. However, the there will be some degree of dissatisfaction that you will have with respect to your money, with respect to your savings. You could not be happy about it, but that is how it is. Things will transform once Jupiter is back into the sign of Gemini and retrogression. I think you will let it go. You will be happy with whatever you've achieved by the end of 2025. So all in all, guys, Sagittarius, health remains a point of caution with respect to your career, work, profession. There will be some rework, some revisiting, some areas where there will be an added involvement with your superiors, bosses, fathers, gurus, but it will pan out positively for you in the long scheme of things. Week over week, you will see a shift coming into your life, positive shift coming in your life. And the expenses that I'm anticipating, if they are planned as donations, as charitable activities, as volunteering effort, it might actually help you reap the rewards in the last quarter, where you could find some unexpected gains through foreign collaboration, through larger networks, which will result into gain of money, gain of income, or your desires in general. All in all, a positive period. We will talk in depth when we get into the monthly readings as well. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, then please smash on that like button, subscribe to Dev Astrology, and keep watching. Mahadev.